Yeah, hi there, and these comments, I'm going to just use your initials A for privacy purposes, and you completed, it looks like, my Integrated Speaking Practice Test 2, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT, and I am going to listen to your practice test right now. Okay, here we go.
Article is about the difficult to monitor which countries are using nuclear energy as a weapon. Article is about the difficult to monitor.
Now, who is or what is giving this information here? It's a little bit awkward, your beginning. You want to say something like the reading passage so we know where this information is coming from.
Article is about the difficult to monitor which countries are using nuclear energy as a weapon. It discussed with.
So the difficulties monitoring, that is part of the purpose of the reading, but the main purpose is to illustrate the dangers or risks of nuclear energy. And then the reading passage gives the example of the International Atomic Energy Agency to show what these risks are, particularly what countries are doing with the enriched uranium that they have.
First, the risk of using nuclear energy to produce weapons-grade uranium, then the failure of International Atomic Energy Agency to detect all possible divergence of nuclear material, which is also considered as a risk of nuclear energy.
Exactly.
The speaker provides an example of.
Now, when you get to the speaker, you might use a word like in addition. That way you can separate. You can say, in addition, the speaker in the lectures talks about something along those lines, so it's easy to see how the information in the lecture is related to the information in the reading.
Traumatic nuclear accident at former Soviet Union to illustrate the dangers associated with this type of energy technology.
Yes, that's exactly the purpose of the lecture.
He stated that on April 26, 1986, the number 4 reactor at the Chernobyl power plant exploded, causing the worst nuclear accident ever, which has resulted in 30 people were killed instantly, 209 were treated for acute radiation poisoning, thousands of cancer deaths, and the accident cost the Soviet Union much more than the benefit of their economy. The article is about the.
Exactly. Now, one thing at the end, I don't think you exactly framed it accurately, but I think what it was saying in the lecture is the benefits or the money generated from all the nuclear energy over the last few decades in Russia, it was all pretty much deemed useless because the cost of Chernobyl was far greater than all the money that Russia ever generated with nuclear energy. It's kind of difficult to frame and to explain that, but you know, one thing you're doing, you're making a very distinct change in your tone. I like it. You're varying your tone. You're not just speaking in a monotone. So you're speaking naturally, and I like your speed. You're also speaking fairly quickly. So you're not pausing too often. So I think you're making some progress with your speaking. All right, let's take a look at the rubrics now. I think you're in pretty good shape here. I'm going to put you at about 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. So I think it was a very strong response. You probably could do a little bit better. You remember I said in the beginning, make sure you mention that the reading passage discusses, the listening passage discusses, make sure that connection is very clear in the beginning. But for the purposes of our class, let me take a look at the syllabus for a minute. So I gave you a score of 3.0. This is going to give you, for our assignment in my TOEFL class, a score of 96%. So you didn't get a perfect score, 100. So there's some minor improvements that you could make, but overall it was a very good response. All right, thank you.